Hey there, guys. So, you may have seen that there's yet another issue in Brave Exvius. So, what happened? Apparently, while I was sleeping, it seemed to have happened somewhere around 4 a.m. my time. Of course, depends on your time zones. But it seems like they have mailed out that massive Facebook compensation to everyone a second and a third time. If you were online, during my time zone around 4 a.m. for Europeans, it was like midday for, East Asia, different time zones, etc. But whatever. If you were online around that time today, you got two extra copies of the Facebook compensation. Now, it seems like some people got one extra copy, other people got two extra copies, but everyone got it if you were online at that time. If you claimed it and used it, well, you got it. If you did not claim it within, I'm told it was taken away from the mailboxes approximately 2 hours later. So if you were online for those 2 hours, you claimed it, you now have either one extra or two extra copies of the Facebook compensation. If you were not online or you didn't claim it, at this point it has been taken back out of the mailboxes. So any unclaimed mail is now no longer there. Myself included. I was asleep at 4 a.m. and when I woke up today, I looked at my phone. I had a significant amount of pings and people saying, log in now, get your stuff. Unfortunately, I was asleep, so I didn't get it. And then after that, I had stuff to do today, so I couldn't make a video until right now, much later. Anyway, here's an in-game notice about it. So there was an issue where an error mail was distributed to certain players' mailboxes. From what it sounds like, it was all players' mailboxes, Facebook or not. We're currently investigating, and we're removing the unintended mails. So that has already been done. If you didn't claim it in time, you missed out. In the meantime, we ask players to not open or use the mail to avoid further errors or potential disadvantages to the account during removal. So it sounds like their goal is to remove the stuff. We'll talk more about that in a second. But first of all, what did players get? Here is the Facebook compensation. Now keep in mind, this is not related to the actual compensation. So players that were affected by the Facebook problem, they got 3 copies of this. They got the original copy, which is totally fine. Totally fine, deserved. They had Facebook problems, handled. That was a month ago. But everyone else got either, their first, their second, or in some cases, their third copy of this. And this is significant. So for players that were online today during the time frame, they got, remember, all this is doubled. You got 2 copies of this mail. So 20,000 lapis, 30,000 celebratory lapis. That's the golden fake lapis. 62 times 2, that's 124 summon tickets. 54 guaranteed tickets, a lot of energy, like 1,100 energy pots, 100 Clash of Wills restores, 360 Esper Ore, Cactuars, who cares, Gill Snappers, who cares. These are apparently expired. These were intended for last month for the actual compensation, but the shop for this is gone. So even though you got 6 copies of the select tickets, you can't use them anymore. So those are basically worthless. 4,500 VIP coins, a bunch of raid restores. This is irrelevant. Super Site, red quartz, silver keys, daily coins, a lot of exchange keys, 60 more summons, 1/10 summons times 24, so 2.5 guaranteed Neos, a bunch of STMR tickets, and 18 10 plus 1, so that is 88 more summons. I'm not going to do all the math, but we're going to say something like 300 something summons, 20,000 lapis, 30,000 replica lapis, a huge amount of resources like Esper Ore, red quartz, etc. In any case, it's a enormous windfall for people that got this during the time period. So, what are our thoughts on this? How are they going to deal with this? Because for players that just happen to be online and claiming their mail during a 2-hour window, they just got ridiculous amounts of resources. For everyone else, they just missed out. So how do they handle this? So it sounds like they're going to attempt to remove the stuff. How do you even do that? Like, how do you... okay, so for a player that just claimed it and logged back out, sure, the removal is relatively easy. For a lot of this stuff, the removal is pretty easy. Like, you just take away 30 super sites, you take away 150 red quartz, or doubled 300 red quartz, you take away, 180 daily coins. That's pretty simple. And even for the lapis, you just take away 20,000 lapis, you take away this. But how about the stuff that they spent? So let's say the summon tickets. Let's say they went and used all these, 300 something summons. Let's say they used the lapis on banner step ups. Let's say they did the, Dragon Quest step up and they got themselves an Aven, during the polls. Maybe they got 5 copies and got an EX3 Aven during the polls. Maybe they got, their first copy of, Squall or whatever you want. You get the idea. Are they going to go and then just take that away? And how does that even work when a player goes and resummons after they took away that unit? Is the RNG seed reset? Meaning if you summoned and you got yourself an Aven, then they take it away and then you do the step up a second time after it was taken away and then you don't get an Aven. Did you just lose your good luck RNG seed because it was taken away? And it's not the player's fault. You can't blame the players for this. Nearly everyone, I would bet almost everyone, when they log in each day, they hit claim all. They don't even read their mail. Myself included. I don't read the mail. When I log in, I've got 7 different logins. I've got usually, the Fountain of Lapis, the Hill of the Fortune. We've got 5 different login rewards. Every now and then we've got a weird compensation. I just hit claim all. I don't even read it. I have no idea what I'm claiming. So a lot of players probably claimed this and didn't even realize what was in the mailbox. They didn't even look at it. I have no doubt lots of players just claimed it, and all of a sudden they've got 300 tickets, and we're like, where'd this come from? They have no idea. Yeah, and are you going to penalize a player for playing the game, basically? If that player then goes and summons on the banner, and they get their red units, and they're super excited, and then next week they're all taken away. Then they summon again, and they don't get it. That is a recipe for disaster. That is just not... I don't know if that's ever been done in Brave Exvius' history. I can't speak for all gotchas out there, but that seems like a worst case scenario that you would never want to do, is reset someone's summons. So even though they're saying they're going to look into removals, I don't personally think that's a feasible, realistic outcome for summons. You can easily take away, like I said, the resources. That can all be taken away, no problem. Take away the raid restores and all. Who cares? But the lapis that you spent potentially, and the tickets, because as I said, once you go and resummon after being taken away, you might not get the same results. So let's just, for the sake of discussion, say removal is not going to happen, because it almost really can't happen. At least I don't think so. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but I don't think removal is going to happen, at least for the summon type stuff. It just can't. It can't happen. It would sabotage the game long term forever, and you can't do that. So what are the other options? The other options, there's really, as far as I can tell, just 2 options. And yeah, so one option is to make it fair. People where they took the mail away, just put it back. And then everyone gets equal, I don't want to call it compensation, it's not really compensation for anything, equal whoopsie gift. So that's an option. An option is to just give it to everyone. So the mail that was taken away, put it back in the mailbox. Obviously, don't triple dip and give it to the people that already claimed it. But yeah, and then make it equal. And then everyone in the game gets double this, which is excessive. Like, I'm not completely blind, and I do realize from a financial standpoint that would not be healthy for Brave Exvius, because they're giving away 20,000 Lapis and 300 summons, and that's basically money for the company they're giving away, which is not good for the game's long-term health. On the other hand, what is the only other realistic option? Is to just say, oh well, too bad, and do nothing, and anyone that claimed it gets it, keeps it, whatever. Anything they summon, they get to keep and walk away, and everyone else just gets nothing. And too bad, you miss out on 20,000 Lapis, you miss out on 300 plus summons, you miss out on enormous amounts of resources. That's horrible too. That is really, really a bad option. So, I don't know. And I guess I am grateful that I am not in like the meeting room discussing solutions, because there's 3 scenarios and all 3 of them lead to a bad ending. There's doing actual removal, which I still just don't think a removal is a realistic option. I don't think it can technically even happen. I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. But like rollbacks and stuff like that in a gacha game is something you just don't do it. You really just don't. You never do that. But I mean, who knows? Maybe they go for the nuclear option and kill the game. I really don't know. I really don't know. But let's just assume that option 1 is still an option. I don't think it is, but let's assume. So the other option is make it fair for everyone. The company will take probably a financial downswing for a short period of time. And the other option is do nothing. Do absolutely nothing and make it completely unfair for the players. So, I mean, I personally, maybe I'm biased because I didn't get anything and I'm feeling kind of left out right here. So maybe I'm biased when I say I would like the option to make it fair for everyone and give the people that you took it away, just put it back and, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas early. It's Christmas came a month early. I don't know. That's what I would say. I would say just make it fair for everyone. Let everyone that didn't get it, or that, more specifically, people that weren't online at 4 a.m., American time, just put it back in the mailbox and we'll be happy. And the other option is just do nothing and make a large percentage of players very bitter that they just missed out for nothing they did wrong. So yeah, let me know in the comments your thoughts. It is currently the weekend, so I wouldn't really expect anything. It's currently the weekend in Eastern Asia, where Gumi and all is located. So I wouldn't really expect anything to happen this weekend. But hopefully we can talk more about this in the news video on Tuesday, and hopefully they have made some kind of decision and given us an update about what is going to happen. But let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Do you think Gumi should do a removal or a rollback with all the repercussions that come with doing that in a gacha game? Should they make it equal for everyone and put the mail back in that they took away and let everyone have an equal early Christmas gift? Or should they do nothing at all and leave this huge disparity where some players got it, some players didn't? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see what they do, hopefully by Tuesday. See you then.